Ready, break! Ready! Come on, set! Go! Ready! Set, go! Here we go, set! Hut! Let's go now! Set up! Let's go! Ready, ready? Set! Hut, hut! Got it. Ready? Ready?
Big plays, y'all. Big plays.
Let's go!
It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Vikings and the Jaguars on Monday night.
Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brandon Gaunt and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. This guy, he is hard to corral.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Complete to Jones. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Cobb. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards on the guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, the preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
Etienne on the toss right. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From a yard out. And the Jaguars will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Cobb. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
1st and 10. Cobb. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. On the counter, ETN. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. From the gun on 3rd down. Cobb eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Now ETN to start the drive. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to pump the ball. They've done so with that first run.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Off the play fake. Cobb. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st down, right back to ETN.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
To throw on 2nd down, Cobb. And he whips that one incomplete there. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And they're going to get this up to midfield. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
That's good for a Jaguars. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Caught by Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 25. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Cobb. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm, throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. 51 yards on the ground for him so far. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
It was a pretty entertaining ball game, Charles. Had the lead changes going on in the second half, but I think for the losing side, not able to put any points on the board in the fourth quarter, that ultimately was what really stung them.
And you know what puzzled them during the game? It's going to puzzle them even more when they go back, watch tape, and try and figure it all out. Did they not make the proper adjustments, or were they just outplayed? They'll have to figure that out and get ready for their next one.
third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Panthers and the Jags. All that and more coming up next.
We are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup here in Week 3 between the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at Week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
The secret to his game and his success, incredible chemistry with each and every one of the guys that catches passes with him. And not only does he ask them to stay after practice or meet him before practice, he actually demands it because he knows if they have that kind of chemistry built up, they're going to be hard to beat each and every ball game.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Cobb. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he'll get about 3 here, up to the 44-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off play action. Cobb. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers. No accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Rocco switch. Rocco switch. No, Reed. No.
They'll try the left side with Etienne. And down inside the 15 he goes. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And they'll go again with Etienne. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Draw play, Etienne. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Looking to throw. Cobb. Caught on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And they'll run with Etienne. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Travis Etienne taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Etienne up the middle, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
The partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Off the play fake. Cobb. downfield by Chenault. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Here's a give to Etienne. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Back to throw. Cobb. The quick slant caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on third and goal from the 1. He'll buy some time right, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Going with their tight end on 4th. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Luke Farrell taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That touchdown run, it was just straight power on 4th and goal, and the offense won.
Yeah, let me just follow up with you because we always talk about how the low man wins, who has the best leverage in the trenches. On that play, we saw who won that battle. But it's not just that. It takes a runner with some vision, too, to find exactly where the cracks are, exactly where the creases are, and punch it into the end zone.
The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend, and then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They go play action here on first down. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He's going to keep this again. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
A handoff for Etienne. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Now that was a designed run. Now remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
They'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
Screenplay. Here's Etienne.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
10 yards on the pickup.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with...
Well, this fan base on the losing side, Charles, they're going to be talking about this one for a while. They ultimately decided to try to come up with a touchdown on that last play when all they needed was the field goal to force overtime.
Yeah, and the reasoning behind it, that's what we're all waiting to hear because sometimes there's things that we don't see on the surface. Did the coach feel like, you know, if he tied the game, they couldn't go any farther, they had too many injuries? I'm not sure what was going on there, but I'm with you. I'm stunned they didn't try and keep the field goal there.